Wow, all eyes are most certainly on the real estate industry these days. Kelly Warren from Kelly Warren & Associates. We figured we'd sit down. Instead of talking about a specific property, we're going to talk about properties on the whole.
Yes,
right?
The fall real estate market, which I love to give a seasonal update, but boy, has there been some news about real estate lately.
It seems like that's and everybody has an opinion. Depending on what news outlet or what website you're on, some people say it's the most perfect time still to buy, still to invest. It's still one of those things that's going to make you money long term, even if it's long term, only a couple years. And then some people are saying, heck no.
Yeah.
So where do we fall in the Mahoning Valley?
So really, if you think about what you just said, you could say that of any market.
Right.
So 6 months ago, when people were paying thousands above asking price and the interest rates were super low, you'd have people saying, oh, don't buy now because you're going to have to get outbid and waive your home inspections. And other people who are saying the rates are so low, buy anyway. The market has changed. We're seeing some differences now that we're getting into this fall market. Interest rates, if you've seen any real estate news at all, that's what they're talking about. And some of the scary things that people are saying nationally are like, hey, if you buy a house now, opposed to what you would have bought it for in January, this interest rate, you can get half of the house because of affordability because of the interest rate change. It's not true. So it's true on the national scale. If you're talking about $1 million house, the price point makes a difference with that interest rate change. If you're talking about the Mahoning Valley, if you're talking about a $200,000 house, the difference in the interest rate and the price that you're paying is not that bad. And if you don't have to offer $40,000 above asking price, but you get a little bit of a higher interest rate, you can now get in that house that you couldn't get into because of bidding wars before. Sure, the payments are a couple dollars higher, but the saying is, you marry the house, you date the rate. So get the house that you love, and in 6 months refinance it.
Marry the house, date the rate. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard you say that before. You should make some T-shirts. That's a slogan if I've ever heard one. But I think that's very, very true. And we're talking, like you said, $1 million property and an interest rate at what, 8-9%? What are we
Not quite. We're in the sevens right now.
Okay.
But by the end of the year, will we see 8s and 9s? Possibly.
Yes, on that dollar amount, it does make a difference. But let's say a $200,000 house, we're talking maybe $100 more a month, maybe $50 more a month.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. So when you do those payment calculators, even if it went up $200 a month, but if you were buying the house for $40,000 less than you would have bought it for a year ago, now your interest rate's only on that difference. So maybe it's not even that quite, maybe you are back to $100 a month.
Right.
And you're able to get in the property. Months ago when we had such high demand and no inventory, buyers couldn't get into a house. So the beauty of this market is you've got time to look. You can go home and say, I'm going to sleep on it and think about it and make an offer tomorrow. You don't have to rush into a decision today. You get to have your due diligence. You don't have to waive home inspections to win the offer. And you can ask a seller, hey, I want to buy your house, but I want you to pay my closing costs, or I want you to fix the furnace. We weren't able to do that in the crazy market that we're just coming out of. So there are some benefits to being a buyer right now.
Yes, I would say those are huge benefits. Yeah. That's a very long list compared to a couple percentage points on a long-term investment.
All these pros, the one con. We've got higher rates. Yes, we do.
I'm not in a position to buying a home right now, but I would say I would take it.
Yeah.
Kelly, wonderful update. I think that is a very fair glimpse as to what's happening around here, because you're right. You never know where to look, or who's telling, what? And people really aren't talking about specific areas the way that you do it. So thank you for being such a resource on our show.
If anybody is listening and they're thinking about buying or selling and they're just not sure if this is the right time for them, give us a call. We'll give you an honest opinion of what's going on in the market and if you should do it now, or maybe it is better for you to wait 6 or 12 months depending on your situation.
Yeah, or your property.
Right.
All right. Give them the website, Kelly. I know the website.
KellySoldIt.com. You can click on the seller tab if you've got questions about selling or whatever. And then, of course, there's the buyer information, too.
Thanks, Kel. Happy fall.
Yeah, thank you.
Thankful for you always.
Always.
All right.